Hello, everybody. This is your boy, Mr. What If here, bringing you a brand new little video on my YouTube channel. And I apologize for not uploading. Had to deal with some personal things, getting ready for the New Year's and everything. So, yeah. Alright, so this is going to be, I believe, part 3 or 4 to What If Deku had Sanji's powers. Recap of last part was Deku went to the entry exam and he completely annihilated the zero-pointer robot, and he got accepted into class 1A, so that's where we're going to pick up this part. So, Deku gets himself ready, puts on the UA outfit, and then once he does, he tells himself in the mirror, now it's time, I guess it's time to go to the school on where there's dreams and make-believes. And then Deku would leave the house, get on the train, and he would arrive at UA Academy. And then a few minutes go by, and Deku has reached the door of Class 1A, and Deku tells himself in the head, no matter what, I have to go all out. And then Deku would walk in, seeing Bakugo and Ida arguing with each other about Bakugo putting his feet on the desk, and Ida telling him that's unsanitary. And this is when everybody would turn to look at Deku, including Ida. And this is when Ida would rush over to Deku and ask him, how are you? And then Deku would look at him saying, I'm good. And then this is when Deku would turn around and Uraraka would back up a little bit, saying, wow, you must have some fast reflexes. I didn't even say anything yet. And then Deku says, you'll learn a lot when it comes down to martial arts. And then Uraraka would say the whole thing about her name is Uraraka Uchak, would say her whole name. And she would tell Deku, of course, thank you for saving her life. And Todoroki would tell himself that no matter what, Deku was most likely going to be going to be one of the top kids here. He's going to pose as a threat, so I have to be on my guard about him. And this is when Mr. Aizawa would walk in and tell them that they need to hurry up and put on the UA field uniform, and comes downstairs for for the test. For the quirk test to see how well they can do with their quirks. I forgot what it called for a sec. I know what it is. So everybody would quickly do that. In the boys' locker room, the guys would see that Deku is ripped and he has a lot of muscle, but where he has a lot of muscles in his legs, like his calves and his ankles and stuff. And then Ida would ask Deku, how do you have so much muscle, especially in your legs? And then this is when Deku would tell Ida, like I told you before, you're not the only person that has a quirk that represents them fighting with their legs. And then we would cut to them outside, and this is when Mr. Aizawa would tell Bakugo to throw the ball, since Bakugo technically got the highest points. Bakugo would score the highest, and Bakugo would throw the ball, and he would get the same amount of timing and canon. And then everything goes same as canon, except Deku would get first on basically everything. But of course besides the ball throw, because Uraraka gets infinity. It's never ending. But, yeah. So for for the race. He comes in first place. Muscle strength test comes in first. Um, he comes in second place for the ball throw and first for everything else. So yeah, Deku's kind of is like a serious guy, like a serious OP type of guy. Next day, alright, so time skip to next day is when All Might were bursting into class saying, I am here, and today we are going to do a fitness test. And then this is when everybody would say a fitness test. And then All Might would say, yes, you guys are going to be going up against each other, so come downstairs and put on your hero uniforms that you guys specially recommended for when you guys entered into the school. So everybody would go to the area All Might said to meet them at, and Deku's hero outfit is going to be navy blue shoes with navy blue pants. Basically the outfit you can basically see that Sanji's wearing is basically going to be Deku's hero outfit. And then this is when Kurashima would ask Deku, well, of course Uraraka would say, nice hero outfit, and Deku would say, thanks, you too. And this is when Kurashima would walk up to Deku and ask him, why is he wearing like a suit? And then Bakugo would say, because he has no type of idea of what he wants to wear for his hero costume. And then Deku would say, no, it's just that I chose this because a hero has to look respectable, Bakugo. And then Bakugo would say, you damn nerd, who you calling not respectable? And then All Might would butt in and say, we'll tell them to cut it out. And All Might would see Deku's outfit and ask Deku, why are you wearing that? And then Deku would explain, saying that before I was cut off, I was going to explain why I'm wearing this. One is to look presentable. The hero has to look presentable and honorable. And two, my suit I asked for is heat resistant. So when I go all out, go past my limits and go all out, my suit won't burn up. Well, basically, my suit is just flame resistant. And then Todoroki would hear this and tell himself that he should make sorry about that. Todoroki's in his head saying that he should make his hero suit similar to Deku's, but not the whole fashion sense. And then this is when all the girls in Class 1A would start talking about how handsome Deku looks. He actually looks cute in that outfit of his. And then, sorry about that. And then, yeah, the teams will stay the same. Deku and Uraraka versus Bakugo and Ida. This is when Ida would walk up to Bakugo and tell him that we need to make a plan in order to beat Deku. And then Bakugo would say, you think I don't know that? And then we'll skip a few minutes until when they're in the building, getting ready to do the whole thing. So Ida would ask Bakugo, can he go up against Deku to see if their quirks are really the same? And Ida would ask Bakugo, can he go up against Deku, because if he wants to know for real if their quirks are similar or not. And then this is when Bakugo would say, hell no, I'm going up against that shitty nerd. And then Bakugo would just go on a rampage and start telling himself that, oh, so now Deku gonna make rivals and all, huh? I'm the only rival that Deku needs. I'm not gonna let him surpass me by having more rivals than me. And then, just like in canon, Bakugo finds Deku and Uraraka. Deku tells Uraraka to run. And yeah, Deku would approach Bakugo, telling Bakugo, so you really want to do this? And Bakugo said, I've been waiting for this. And if some of you are wondering why I didn't make them friends, well, I technically kind of did in the first part, but not really. But like I told you guys in the first part of this, for what if Deku had Sanji's powers part 1, because Bakugo made fun of him, how he has to fight with his legs, and no real hero fights with their legs, because that's just, kind of just an easy beat if you're fighting with your legs. You're leaving your upper half wide open. So yeah, Deku would explain to Bakugo about what Bakugo said to him when they were children, and now Bakugo is getting pissed off, saying, "So you know how to defend yourself now? That's just wow. Now you know how to defend yourself." And then Deku would say, "Nope, I just know how to beat people quickly. That's my fighting tactic. Move fast, hit hard, and knock out people really quickly." And then Bakugo would say, well, that's not going to work for me. And this is when Deku would dash over to Bakugo, kicking him directly into the stomach and saying, it might just do the thing. Sorry about that. This is when Bakugo would go in for a left hook instead of a right hook. And then Deku would quickly jump back. Bakugo was sending off explosions directly at Deku. Deku is just dodging them with very little problem. And Bakugo says he has enough. And then he actually goes ahead. And then this is when Bakugo's gauntlet would start flashing red. And Bakugo would say, now it's time to use my biggest explosion in my arsenal thanks to the gauntlet. And then Bakugo would yell at the Deku and say, let's see if your little flashy suit really is flame resistant. And then this is when Bakugo would pull the pen. And then All Might would scream out, no, don't do it. And then it's too late. Bakugo already pulled the pen, and then there's just a barrage of flames hurtling towards Deku. And this is when Deku would smile and say, spinning tornado. And then it's when Deku would yell out, spinning tornado, and Deku will get on his tippy toes and then start spinning rapidly fast. And then this is when the flames from that big explosion from the gauntlet would start to wear down, but it's still a big explosion that does some damage to the hallway. Then when the smoke settles, Bakugo is just standing there in amazement, seeing that Deku didn't just take his giant explosion, but he also lowered down the power behind it. And this would get Bakugo pissed off, and he would charge at Deku, actually landing an explosion on Deku. And Deku would kick Bakugo in the back, sending him flying against a wall. Bakugo would get back up, doing a rapid barrage of explosions toward Deku. And then Deku was just countering this by using Wind Tornado. And then Deku is just saying, that's all you got. All I've been doing was just spinning around on my tippy toes and deflecting your explosions. And then Bakugo would say, I have enough, and he would use his second gauntlet, and before he can do it, Deku would say, my turn. And then Deku would yell out, flaming foot hellfire, and double foot flaming hellfire. And it's basically Deku would do a front flip, and then would get in a position of doing a back flip, and then both of his legs will be instantly twined and fire, and then it will be like a double upper kick. And then this would prove effective. This attack would prove effective when landing on Bakugo. And then this attack would slam Bakugo on top of the roofing part. And Bakugo would come back down, crashing hard, making a little crater. And then Bakugo would try to get up and run towards Deku and saying, I still got an explosion left. And this is when Deku would say, electrical static kick. And Deku's legs will be engulfed in electricity. And then he would kick Bakugo square in the face, actually shock, and then Bakugo would get shocked with electricity, and then he would go flying, slamming up against the wall, and Bakugo is not just knocked out cold, he is now paralyzed. But not paralyzed like his spinal got messed up, it's just paralyzed as in he's got shocked by electricity, so he's knocked out, plus due to the electricity paralyzed him. And then Deku says, you didn't do too bad against me, maybe if you do more training, you might actually beat me. This is when Deku would rush to catch up to Uraraka, and Deku would tell Uraraka to stay behind him and let him fight Ida. This is when Ida would instantly say, now it's time to use it, and then Ida would shout out reciprocal burst, and then Deku would be in would make a dumbfounded face. Ida will start up his engines, of course, and yell out reciprocal burst. And then he would charge at Deku, and then he would say to Deku, I'm not holding back even if we have similar quirks. And then this is when Deku would make the Saitama face. If anybody has seen the meme when Saitama is just saying okay, like that okay meme face for Saitama from One Punch Man, yeah, that's what Deku's doing right now. And Ida goes in for a kick, and Deku tries to deflect it with his leg, tries to block it, not deflect it, block it with his leg, and it actually knocks back. Deku sends him flying a little bit, and Deku would catch himself by doing three backflips and landing perfectly. And then Deku would say, you might actually got some power in your legs as well. Huh. Not bad. And this is when Deku would charge up at Ida, and Deku would say electrical static shock kick, and then Ida would try reciprocal burst one more time, and then both of their kicks would collide, and then Deku would say new move. Static flame drive. And then while Deku's legs engulfed in electricity, it would start to be engulfed in the reddish flames and reddish hellfire flames, and then the electricity would turn into blue, and then Ida's leg, I wouldn't say would get shattered, but it would get broken, and then this would break Ida's leg, actually cracking the engine pipes a little bit. And of course the armor, cracked he cracked a little bit of his engine pipes and broke his leg. And he would get sent back flying, smashed up against the wall. And this is when Uraraka would go touch the bomb, and it was declared that the hero team won. So, time skip later to the infirmary. Ida has got his leg fixed up due to Deku breaking it. Recovery Girl had to heal Ida up. And then Ida would thank Recovery Girl for fixing him up. And then this is when Deku would walk in and say, sorry about breaking your legs. And all of that. And then Ida would ask Deku, how are you so skilled at fighting your legs? It's almost like if you mixed it with a martial art. And then Deku would say, actually, it is a martial arts. There's actually a martial arts fighting with your legs, but since nobody really, fights with their legs in martial arts, well, of course, but nobody's really focused on fighting with their legs. kind of a, and then Ida would say a fadeaway type of martial arts. And Deku would say, yeah, there's actually a guy, my sensei actually has the same quirk as me, except instead of him using flames, he can only use electricity and wind pressure, while I can do flames, electricity, wind pressure, and I'm trying to learn water. Basically, Deku's gonna be like the Avatar, except only with his legs. So, yeah. And then Deku would tell him that he can do air kicks, fire kicks, and electrical kicks. And I can also combine two of them, or I could combine all three of them. But combining all three of them takes out a lot of power. And then Ida would say, you're so strong. And then Deku would say, this is when Deku would say, you can be strong too. And Deku would give Ida a card with a phone number on it. And then Deku says, when you're ready, when you're fully recovered and you're ready, call this number. Call this number. And they'll call this number. And then Ida would say, what is this number for? And then Deku would say to my martial arts master, like the guy I told you that has the same quirk as me. If he taught me how to fight with my legs, he could possibly teach you a little something. So when you're ready, call this number. And I'm going to be leaving this part off of what if Deku had Sanji's power off right here. And yeah, like I said, sorry about the delay of videos. I've been busy with other what if YouTuber friends, and yeah. Peace, my fans. Sorry about that.